The privately owned allotments here at Heatheryfold in the north of Aberdeen were started off in the 1950s. They went through a period of, well, neglect if you like, but have been recently rejuvenated. Alistair, you're chairman of the current committee of the allotments here. What would you say was its lowest ebb?
I'd say about 3 years ago it was down to 17 members. I'm getting a wee bit concerned.
Really? And are you pleased with progress?
We are now full up with a waiting list of 4 people.
That's great. What were your major problems?
I would say rabbits and willow herb.
Aye. Just that's the neglect over the years?
Neglect with the willow herb.
And
yes.
what have you been able to do since, you know, to help encourage people?
Well, I think the best thing we do is put in a road, which help people up to their plots and offload their sheds and fence posts.
That's brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant.
Shirley Sherris has only had her allotment for a year, but in that time, her and her husband have reclaimed it from knee-high weeds to a well-cultivated and productive plot. Shirley, I feel like your shed is your home because you've got this lovely wee garden at the front of it.
Yes, with some nice flowers and things I can show my granddaughter when she's ready to come and play in it and learn about gardening.
That's brilliant, but you know, your fruit cage is really impressive.
Yes, we're happy with the way it turned out, and we've put a net on the top to stop the birds getting in at the top, which we'll take off in the winter, and it's stretched over some black drain pipe to make it easy to come off and on when we need it to do that.
That's excellent. And taking the net off presumably because of the snow.
That's right.
Now, what I also like is the fact that you're doing a bit of recycling here. You're using your grass clippings and putting that over the fruit, aren't you, around the fruit?
Yes, it helps to keep the moisture in the ground.
Got a succession with your peas?
Yes, early onward here, not so good. There's a few spaces there, they didn't do so well. Raised them in the greenhouse, and these were sown straight into the ground.
They look really nice and
They seem to have done a lot better.
Perhaps those got a little bit stretched, maybe
a bit leggy,
too higher
I think.
temperatures?
I think so, in the greenhouse.
If you really harden them off quickly, it's a good idea.
Okay.
You obviously keep the hoe going.
Yes.
A little bit of thinning maybe to go on.
Just a wee bit, just a wee bit. And this is our asparagus bed. I wasn't sure what we'd get. First time growing, so should we be feeding them just now?
Yes, I would feed definitely now. You want to build up the crown, Shirley, and then once those fronds start to die down in the autumn time, cut them back.
Okay.
One of the things I love about allotments is their all-inclusive nature. For example, I'm about to have a word with Paul Edwards, who's the local area representative of the Scottish Association for Mental Health. Not only have they taken on a plot, but they're going to be looking after the wildlife area right next door. Are you based in Aberdeen, Paul?
Yeah, we're based in the city.
And do your clients come from the city itself, or round
Pretty
about?
much, yeah, but we are open to a wider area in the Shire.
And how did you get to know about this setup?
Well, we first got interested in the wildlife area because we would like to do conservation, and Peter Garrick put us in touch with the allotment next to it.
Yes.
So we're pleased to get that.
Significant help in that regard.
He has, he's given us a lot of input, particularly with the weeds. And
do you see a difference in these guys since they've started coming here?
Absolutely. A lot of the folk have mentioned that the concentration's improved and the general fitness.
It's nice to get out and about and do something with my time, you know.
Tidying up garden, just a bit of everything.
Tidying up the Scottish landscape.
Tell me, will they all get a bit of their own to look after themselves?
Yeah, they'll all get an individual plot and they can grow their own vegetables or ornamentals.
I'd probably grow some carrots or mange too, so I wouldn't mind growing something which I can eat at the end of the day as opposed to just looking at it, you know.
Last week I was harvesting comfrey to make plant food. Here at the allotments, Peter Garrick's been doing it for years. So I'm here for some tips.
Well, Jim, I'll try my best anyway.
A very quick A to Z.
Okay, a very quick A to Z. Comfrey, as you can see there. Pop it into this container here. Put as much in as you possibly can. A couple of bricks on there act as a press. It goes down there. The box is on a slope, and the juices drops into a bucket.
Underneath?
Underneath, and then this is black gold. Black
Really?
gold.
Now, you dip it that on full strength, have you?
One of these to 10 of water.
Yes.
And it's an excellent fertiliser.
Yeah, beauty.
Sue Fairbairn and Jolene Galbraith both work full-time and have young families. They've had their allotment since March. Right, Sue and Jolene, I understand that you share your plot, so do you divide it up?
No, we've just pretty much, I think, gone into it putting in what we want and with the understanding that whoever wants to help themselves can help themselves.
Okay, so it's very much shared.
Yeah.
So how do you decide what you're going to grow?
Well, as it's our first time round, it was more kind of what seeds have you got and what do I have laying around and what have you been given and what do we think will grow. So a very, I don't know, haphazard kind of...
Experimental?
Very experimental, yeah.
Well, that's great. I mean, I noticed that you've put in potatoes and I think that's going to be quite good for you because weeds are a real problem here on the site, aren't they?
Cultivating the tatties or at least keeping some of the ground clear and yeah, it's part of our battle against the weeds.
Now, you've spoken about the children. What kind of things have you done for them?
What we did last weekend is we created a little plot just for them, and whatever happens, happens with their plot.
Are you boys, have you dug your tatties up the back?
And I think they feel a bit of ownership that way as well.
I mean, one or two things that you could maybe give the children to grow, I think, are things that germinate quickly.
Yes.
You know, things like the radish, the salad vegetables.
Now you want to pop it in your mouth. It might be a bit funny tasting, a bit spicy, sharp.
Even things like nasturtiums, because they can eat the flowers. Oh, wow, can you eat the flowers as well? You know, so it's bright and cheerful.
Good idea, yeah.
And I think then, as you say, there's a sense of ownership.
Yeah.
And they can come every day and see if something's germinated.
Yeah.
Do you want to hold on to that? And I'll dig the hole, and then we can put it in the hole. You ready? You're going to pop it in there?
Yeah.
Ah, that's perfect.
Where's the worm going?
The worm has gone right into the ground.
What's that?
What's that? This is a tom thumb. Can I hold on to that? Thank you. And another hole. In there. Oh, you're going to be a good gardener, aren't you? Try and dig a hole
I'm
there.
going to get a big stumpy moth.
Oh, you want yours there. Bye-bye. They've gone.
One thing about these allotment sites, you never know what's round the next corner. Look at this one here.
It's a real wee gem, but we've seen some lovely plots already, haven't we?
Absolutely, and the beauty is it's something for the others to aim for, isn't it?
I know,
And there's a lot of help going on.
Let's have a wee break, because we've got one or two jobs to do later on.
It's a new business venture.
Absolutely.
Quite a good idea, this.